going on. You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. So, in case you guys don't remember last year, there was an incident with a Detroit rapper by the name of Dank. And basically, she filmed herself being denied a ride by a Lyft driver because the Lyft driver felt that she was too big to get in his car. And keep in mind, she went on the Breakfast Club to tell her story. And basically, she did say and promise legal action versus Lyft. Now, almost a year later, it appears that um, her legal team and Lyft have reached a settlement. They didn't say what the settlement is. I'm pretty sure it's a very hefty, and I'm not making fun of her. I'm very sure it's a very big, here, there I go again. It's going to be lots of money in all likelihood. Probably, probably at least 6 to 7 digits, you know. So, with that being said, congratulations to her. But the situation that happened raised a discussion about health and, you know, women being that big. Now, I don't know how much she weighed. Um, Look like she's well over 400 pounds, maybe even 500 pounds. Who knows? I don't know how much she weighs and ain't checking for how much she weighs. I know she has a OnlyFans account, which I won't be looking at. You know, they talked about the situation on the 5150 show. Um, I hope she spends and invests the money wisely. At the end of the day, it's not my job to tell her that she needs to lose weight, but I think she should consider it for health purposes. You know, you living in a time today where everybody gets offended by everything, and then you have these people that sit up here and come at you and say, how dare you? Well, at the end of the day, we can voice our opinion. Me, myself, I think for her own safety, because she looks very young. I don't know how old she is. I do think she does need to lose weight. You just have to tell the truth. And you live in a time now where you can't tell anybody anything because everybody is offended by everything for the most part, but then they don't mind offending people. But you have these what you call these large protectors who sit up there and get mad when you just give a fair assessment of what's going on. I'm pretty sure any health expert would tell her that she needs to consider losing weight for her own safety, her own well-being. At the end of the day, yeah, yeah, I'm overweight, but I can get back in shape. I'm not to the point to where I'm gonna need surgeries and all that kind of stuff. Everybody sometimes don't get to make it to the gym, and there's all different type of overweights. There is a little overweight. There's overweight. There is um, extreme overweight, and then there is uh, you know obese, and she falls under that category. Very big. Don't know how much she weighs, but you just got to tell the truth. So, with that being said, I hope it works out for her. Um, I do think she need to consider losing weight, but then you have these people that say that you're body shaming her and all this kind of stuff. Everything ain't about shaming. It's about telling the fucking truth. You know, people have died from being that big because they have had heart attacks or they have difficulty maintaining themselves, if you understand what I'm saying, basically cleaning themselves in certain areas, and you just got to keep it a buck. So, with that being said, I hope it works out for her. So, hopefully she can run into some people that will help her invest the money wisely and expand her money. So once again, congratulations to, Dank, Dank Demas on winning her lawsuit. This your boy Town. I'm out.